Hello, welcome back to another YouTube video. I am Chalk Trades, and today I'm going to be talking about kind of just who I am, and I think that by coming on here and talking about who I am and where I'm coming from, not only will that help me in the future where I can look back and I can see how far I've came, but I also think that I could help one of you guys who's also struggling. And if you realize, like, hey, you're in a similar position to where I am, and you could relate with someone else that's not high rolling or that's not absolute balling right now, right? Like, I know a bunch of traders out there that I follow that are my inspiration, and all of them are making, what, 5, 6 figures a day. We're just not at that type of level yet. And I think that by making a video and showing where I'm coming from and by documenting my journey, I might be able to help someone else get to where they want to be, as well as myself. So that is kind of what my goal is for this channel. And I think that by talking about that, I think not only would that actually help someone, but that would also help me in the future. So without further ado, who am I, right? I'm Chalk Trades. I'm 17 years old. I do not have a funded account. I have a paper account because I'm not 18 yet. I turn 18 in August, which is a couple months away. We're getting there. And I think that there's a lot of other people out there that are also in this position where, you see all these people that have fundeds and all these influencers that are, oh, I passed it in 3 days. Oh, I passed it in 2 days. Or maybe you see someone else that's like, I didn't pass it, right? But you haven't even bought one yet, and neither have I, right? And I kind of just wanted to, reach out and connect to those people who are in the similar spot as me. And I think that there's a lot of hate, and I guess I don't think hate's the right word, but there's a lot of negative connotation that comes along with paper trading, and I think that paper trading is honestly one of the best things you can do for yourself, because let's say you are unprofitable, right? Let's say you haven't been trading for a while. Let's say you've only been trading for like a year. If you're trading for less than a year, you 100% should be on a paper account. But let's say you have been trading for a year and you're like, man, I've been doing this for a year. I think I should get it funded because I want to pass. And, you can't get too involved and too, like, you don't want to just be fixated on the end goal, right? Because if all you're focused on is, I want to make money with this, right? I'm not seeing any results, and all I want to do is pass this funded so I can get a payout, right? You're never going to pass that funded because you're not focusing on what you should be focusing on, right? I'm paper trading, okay? Let's take me, for example. 2025 was the year I started actually taking trading seriously. And I think a lot of people are in the same shoes, They actually started locking in recently. They're feeling confident in the markets. They're like, oh, I want to buy a paper account, or I want to buy a funded account because I think that would change my mentality about, trading. I won't over leverage. I won't take this trade. I won't take that trade. But why are you so eager to spend your own money? Okay? You don't have to spend money to prove to yourself that you're profitable, right? If you just trade paper, okay? Obviously, for legal reasons, I'm not buying one until August. But if you are unprofitable and you are trading a paper account, okay? And let's just say there's instances when you haven't taken a trade, or you have taken a trade because you didn't follow your rules, or you haven't taken a trade because you just weren't confident in your setup, right? You shouldn't be getting a funded if you're making like these are beginner mistakes, right? Once you hit that funded level, you should already, if you actually just lock in on paper trading, right? And you, instead of treating it like, oh, it's not real, right? I don't care about it. If you treat paper trading like it's not a game and you treat it like your job, and you actually just give it 100% on paper, there's no reason why by the time you get a funded account, you won't be profitable. And by the time you get a funded account, you won't be making, like, if you're making 5 figures a day on a paper account, who's to say you can't replicate that on a funded account if you're treating it with the same mentality? If you're going in a paper account and you're trading, oh, this isn't real money, I'm just gonna throw in 10 freaking minis and I'm not even gonna worry about, obviously you shouldn't be buying a funded account if that's your mentality. Now, to those of you who are paper trading, you have been paper trading for a while and you are seeing results, okay? And let's say you recently just passed your mock funded, right? If you are in a position where you have not received or you have not bought a funded account and you still are paper trading, what I advise to you, and this is what I'm also doing, is go on Google real quick and search up the rules of a funded account, right? Let's say you want to get one with TopStep, you want to get one with Blue Sky, you want to get one, whatever prop firm you want to use. Go online, search up what rules that and regulations that they have, right? Some of them you're not allowed to trade if market's down 4%, I think. Some of them you're not allowed to trade during big news drops. Some of them you're not there's a bunch of rules that you can search up, and that what you should do is you should create a funded account, or a mock funded account as like I call it, and you go to a paper account, reset everything, set your account balance to 50K, and make sure all of like the futures is like I think it's 20-1. I don't remember if you're on TradingView, but you set up a mock funded account and you follow all of the rules of this funded account until you pass it, okay? And when you do pass it, you restart and you do that again. Okay, and until you can pass 3 fundeds in a row, okay? Let's say you pass 2 fundeds and then you blow one, you restart. Let's say you blow one and then you pass 3, okay, boom, you pass 3 fundeds. You wait until you pass 3 funded accounts, 3 mock funded accounts, until you buy your first funded. Because if you're following all the rules and you're treating a paper account like it's a real account, then why would you waste money throwing it into a fund account when you're expecting to lose it if you just actually locked in on the paper account, right? I don't have to spend anything. I'm already paying for the TradingView Premium, right? I don't have to spend any more money out of pocket to become profitable until I prove to myself that I am profitable, okay? Right now I'm unprofitable. I think all of the entire month of May, I've taken 4 trades and all of them have been losers, okay? I am unprofitable right now, and I also am not on a funded, so I'm not some high rolling YouTuber that's making 10K a day. No, that's not. I'm making $0 a day spending money. I'm spending money right now to make $0 a day, okay? But you have to start somewhere, and I thought that by documenting my journey, not only could I reach out to you guys, but I could also reach out to someone else who's maybe in the same position as me, right? If you are 17 or you are 16 or 15 and you're like, oh man, I really want to buy a funded, but I see all these people making so much money and, I feel left out, right? There's no reason to feel left out because you have all of your life. Most people don't find day trading until they're in their 20s, and you're already looking at it as a teenager. You're one step ahead of everybody. And if you just focus on actually becoming a profitable trader rather than focusing on the money. I know everybody talks about this, right? Everybody talks about don't focus about the money. Everybody talks about don't focus about like how much you're going to make, and don't focus about, everybody says that. All the YouTubers say that. But coming from an unprofitable day trader who hasn't seen a payout ever, the whole month of May, I haven't even seen a winning trade, okay? Coming from an unprofitable trader, I can confirm and I can say that you shouldn't be focusing on how much money you're making. Otherwise, I would have quit by now, okay? You need to focus on the strategy that you're using and the strategy that you're taking and the trades that you're taking, and making sure that you're sticking to that plan. Otherwise, you will never be profitable, okay? I could probably rant about this for I don't even know how much longer, but I just wanted to come on here and say that, it's not about being this high roller day trader that's making 10K a day when you're still in high school, okay? Like you don't have to be at that level. Not a lot of people are at that level. There's a very select few people that have gotten at that level, and they got at that level because they put their blood, sweat, and tears into this, okay? Speaking from personal, I have not put blood, sweat, and tears into this. There's a lot of things that they have that I don't, and there's a reason for that. And I just wanted to say that if you are in a position like mine, just because you're not at that position, just because you're not doing what they're doing at their same age, doesn't mean you're not going to make it in the world, okay? And I feel like there's a lot of pressure on people these days, especially young people, to try to get rich quick or to try to, like, you know, bypass all of this and just go instant into like this, like, freaking Andrew Tate. I don't even know. I don't even know. Like some sort of crazy mindset, and you have to make millions of dollars a day. But you don't have to do that. You just take it slow and actually focus and enjoy the journey. Because coming back to the funded part, right? The mock funded. If you can pass a paper account, right, and you follow all your rules and you do it like 3 times, all these people are like, man, they're all stressed about blowing fundeds. You're gonna pass that thing in 2 days. You're gonna be like, this is light. And your concept of money, right? Now, rather than chasing money, money is just a byproduct of you chasing success. And I think that that is the most crucial part of day trading to become profitable, is not to focus on, oh, I need to make like how much money because they just took this winning trade and I didn't know. You trade your model and you don't worry about anybody else. You don't worry about the profit that you're going to make. And if you can do that and you can switch your mentality, what's stopping you from succeeding? I follow probably like 5 different day traders, and all of them are probably millionaires at this moment. And some of them make 6 figures a day, okay? And that is absurd. But I haven't followed anybody that actually is a paper trader. And I haven't actually connected to anybody that, that is starting small, or that is, they're not this high roller. They're not this small person that seems like, they're not really getting anywhere. But I think that there are a lot of people out there, because you don't start off with a funded. You don't start off making 10K a day. You start off unprofitable on a paper account. That's where everybody starts, and nobody documents that journey because they're all too scared to be like, oh, and I'm sure there is people out there that are doing that, and I respect them for that. But and I respect all the people that haven't posted that because, they just weren't ready. But I feel like most people are too scared to post the fact that they aren't succeeding at what they want to do for life, and that, right now the path might be unclear, and it might be, I don't know how I'm going to get there. And you might, anxiety and stress might be hitting you, and you might be like, oh man, I don't have a lot of time. But if you just slow down and you just slow your roll and you just relax and you take a chill pill and you look at how far you came and you look at how much time you have left, there's nothing stopping you from being profitable. And I think that a lot of people need to appreciate the fact that even if you are trading a paper account, and even if you aren't passing or you are blowing stuff, or you're not at that 10K a day point right now, even if you're making $500 a day, right? I probably make, at my job, I probably make $500 every 2 weeks. Okay, $500 a day, that's a week, that's 2 weeks worth paycheck in 1.5 hours. Like, that's a lot of money, okay? And a lot of people, their concept of money, like I was just out at dinner today, right? I was out at dinner for my brother's birthday, and let's just say we got one of the more expensive dishes, okay? And it was like $50, right? That's a lot of money for dinner, considering the fact that I'm making $14 an hour, a little less than 4 hours of work. Like, that's not sustainable at all, okay? And I think that a lot of people, their value of money has been messed up, and it's really affecting my generation with rushing them to be this person that they're not supposed to be yet, right? My friend has his favorite Bible verse. It says, at the right time, God will make it happen. And I think that we really have to trust that, and we really have to go based off of God's timing, because my time might not come until I'm 19. I might be unprofitable paper trading for the next 2 years of my life, okay? And I have to accept that, and that whenever God wants you to be who you are meant to be, he's not just going to snap his fingers and you're going to be at that moment. Otherwise, you're not going to realize that he was there with you the entire time, and you're not going to realize that you got there because of him. You're going to think you got there because of you, and you don't have to be the person that everyone wants you to be yet. Let me say one more thing, because I've been yapping for a while, but my psych teacher actually told this story in class once, and he was like, he said in kindergarten, or at first grade, I don't remember what it was, but he said that the teachers, every time the students would say something, the teachers would correct them. And they would say, man, I suck at drawing. I can't draw this, right? And they called it the yet rule, the power of yet. And they would say, what are you forgetting? And little Billy would be like, I can't do this yet, okay? Because manifestation is a real tool that you can actually use in your life. And if you say that you can't do something, there is no way you are ever going to succeed. But if you add yet, and you add the fact that it is possible for you to succeed, and you put in your mind that I could be good at trading, I could be good at art, I could be good at whatever I want to do, and whatever I want to do, I can achieve my goals in that certain area, right? You have to put that in, you have to use that mentality in your everyday life. You know, that's kind of who I am, right? Like, I'm an unprofitable day trader. I don't have a funded. I'm paper trading, right? And right now, I mean, obviously, I was put on this earth for a reason, and you know, I have a dream and a vision of myself that I'm chasing. But right now, it kind of feels like I'm not really. I don't want to say I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not, right? Like, I have goals that I have not hit yet, and I have things that I have not achieved in life that I am still striving for. And there's still things that I want to aspire to do and to be in my life. And it's just going to take time and patience to get there. Yes, you know, a lot of people follow all these famous people because, man, I want to be like that guy. But how do you think they got there, right? They didn't get there overnight. They didn't sleep and wake up a millionaire, right? I'm not going to go to bed and wake up as James Bond and I'm going to be a 7 billionaire. I don't know. That was a horrible analogy. But you know what I mean, right? They all came from somewhere and they all had a goal and a vision, and I'm sure they worked their butt off to get there, and it didn't happen overnight. I don't know. I could probably talk for another hour just talking about who I am, and I could just yap on and on about this subject, but I don't want to make this video too long because I'm sure I'll talk about this later. I feel like nowadays everybody just wants to watch someone who is successful rather than watching someone who's, you know, they're like, oh, I could do this. Why would I watch him? But I'll leave you guys with this. I'll leave you guys with I don't remember where I heard this, okay? But I'll leave you guys with this one saying, okay? The last best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Guess when the next best time is? The next best time to plant a tree is now. There's some free sauce for you.